So we're in the JusDisc camp here. They are looking right and ready. There's Mitch Palmer, who I reckon's another candidate to win the grand final sprint. But before that, we have an epic Div 1 grand final coming up. My co-commentator is now on the other side of the camera. Jared, how are you feeling?
Oh mate, I think the nerves have set in a little bit more now, being on this side of it. Didn't like talking behind the camera, but I think maybe out on the field I'd like to let my actions speak a lot more than what my words do.
Well, I think you did a really good job, mate, personally. And
Thank you.
Look, you're not a commentator unless you got haters, apparently, but look,
that's true.
I heard you had some tough criticism of your commentary, but mate, I enjoyed watching it last year. I've got to say, I wasn't on there on the day, but I enjoyed listening to it. Very knowledgeable. But now, with the Div 1 grand final not far away, you're up against probably the other best team in the comp. It is definitely the two best teams in the comp in Div 1. How do you reckon, what's your strategy to beat Mad Panda? It's a pretty complete side.
Yeah, well, I think the thing we need to make sure that we don't do is underestimate them. So
exactly.
This is a replay of last year's grand final. A few new faces on the on the JusDisc side. Same with Panda, they've got a few new players too. But I think, yeah, don't underestimate them. And what we've been doing all year is we just back each other. So our first thought is, yep, someone's going to catch it, so I need to go to that next spot. So we're always trying to think that play ahead and back our team. But yeah, I think, I hope we can get there, Reece. It'll be very exciting. But no, we've got a good rotation of players. We've nearly got everyone here. Missing 3 of our girls, but all of our male matchups are here today. So it'll just be, lots of rotations out there and trying to keep us as fresh as possible.
Yep, absolutely. And I guess commentating in the Div 2 grand final, you got to see how the conditions would play out a little bit more probably than if you're just sort of sitting around not really paying too much attention to the game. So how do you reckon you'll use the wind to your advantage?
I think, look, I'm sure it'll be the same as Panda. When we're going down to left of field or left of screen, we probably will be trying that long throw and trying to get it done pretty quickly. And then when the disc is going the other way, we'll just try and apply as much pressure and make it just a little bit harder for them to keep moving it. But Panda are a very experienced team, so they're going to be lots of short throws. So I think it'll come down to, who plays the conditions better and who makes the least amount of errors.
Yep, and of course, a little bit of extra motivation, I guess, a little bit of rivalry there with Fuzz, I think. Just to another level, I reckon, as well.
That's right, yeah. Lots of good competitiveness between Fuzz and I, but definitely keep the game.
Absolutely right. Well, that's Jared, ladies and gentlemen, captain of the JusDisc side.
Oh, not captain, Mitch is captain.
Mitch is captain, I've just burned him, I'm sorry.
Sorry, Mitch. I'll send him over.
Yeah, that's all right. I'll get a couple of interviews. Whoa, accidentally.
Hey, Reeso.
G'day, how you going?
Really good, thanks, mate.
I'll be honest, from the outset, I accidentally called Jared the captain.
Oh, did you?
Used to be the captain, but we're here with the actual captain here, Mitch Palmer. Mitch, just heard from Jared about the game today, the Div 1 grand final.
Yes, yep.
How are you feeling about it, and what's your plan going into this grand final?
Well, the wind certainly has a big impact on what's going to happen today, and whoever masters that the most and the quickest is hopefully going to have the ascendancy. But yeah, Mad Panda, quality outfit, have been for a very, very long time. They fell into the finals and then they've, not obliterated, but they've just scraped and bit and clawed. It's been a very gritty disc from them, so we know today's going to be a slog. The wind sort of brings back that gritty sort of hard fought, almost accident drops, lots of drops. There'll be lots of drops today. Lost my words for a sec. But whoever can respond to that will be hopefully the team that comes out on top.
Yeah, we did see the disc do some funny things in the Div 2 grand final, so I guess it will be who handles those conditions better. Jared saying the rotations look pretty strong as well. Is it athleticism that'll also give you a little bit of an edge? Because I know Mad Panda are pretty rounded with that as well.
Yeah, they are, absolutely. Across the deck, we're both very equal in that area. I think that athleticism certainly comes into it, but in this condition, athleticism doesn't matter if you're in the wrong spot. So we've been practicing and training a lot on watching the disc, how it's going to fall, and trying to pick the best place to stand so the disc can hopefully fall into our lap. So a lot of focus and concentration decision making will come into today, I think.
Absolutely. Well, apart from the wind, you couldn't pick too much of a better day, especially compared to what we've had in a couple of weeks. So yeah, sure. I'm glad it's not as hot as it was before. That's Mitch Palmer, ladies and gentlemen, not only the captain of JusDisc, but also my personal tip for the grand final sprint later on, I'm sure.
Fair enough. Thanks, Reece.
Thank you, Mitch.
Mate, all the best.
Good luck to you. Cheers. We're here with Alan Fuzzy Fazard here, captain of Mad Panda. no stranger to a grand final. Once again, 2024 Div 1 grand final. Two of the best sides in the comp. How are you seeing your preparations and how are you feeling going into this one?
Yeah, look, we had a shaky start to the season. I know, I'm pretty sure everyone wrote us off. At one point, we were 8th on the ladder, staring down the barrel of being relegated to Div 2. But we just finished the season strong. Kudos to the guys that just put in an absolute monster effort and got us in the finals. And yeah, we've taken out 3rd place and 2nd place. All we've got is 1st place in our way. So
that's it. Some nice team spirit there. Now with these conditions, it's not so hot, but the wind is picking up, it feels like. How are you going to battle the wind today, seeing the disc do some weird things in Div 2?
Yeah, look, I think the wind slightly favour us because we like the small ball game, whereas I think JusDisc are a bit more of a hucking side, but I don't know, it might make the game a bit more of an even playing field, so that's good for us. We've got a few major players out today, but yeah, we're going to fight and see how we go.
Absolutely, and yeah, that's it, ladies and gentlemen. You never underestimate an injured Panda because they come back and claw you, and that's sort of been it for you guys, hasn't it? The gritty fighting sort of wins. Sometimes that can sort of put you in good stead for a final like this when you're prepared for a scrap. Do you reckon mentally being able to do that, come from a different position to what you're probably used to, do you think that's mentally made you guys a more collective and stronger unit going into a grand final?
I just think we've got that mentality now, like just never die, anything can happen, and yeah, we've come out better for it. Yeah, so it should be a cracking game. Regardless of the result, I think we've put in an excellent season, and kudos to these guys, undefeated so far, but we'll see what happens at the end of the day.
Awesome. Well, thanks for your time. I won't take too much of it. Good luck for the grand final today.
Thank you.
See you out in the field. Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Well, the moment has come for the Div 1 2024 Ultimate Frisbee Grand Final for the Spring League. It has been 9 long weeks and we've got 2 of the best teams in the comp in this grand final, it has to be said. Joey's with me here, operating the camera. We'll get his thoughts on a few things as the game goes on. We've got 2 teams that have had 2 very different journeys to this grand final. We've got JusDisc over here. They are a fantastic, formidable opponent. They are a team that have been undefeated this year going into this grand final. And across the board, we've got the Scrappers, the Mad Panda. They've had to come back from a little bit of an indifferent start, claw their way into this grand final. So 2 very different journeys going into this one here. The wind is picking up, but thankfully it's not as hot as it has been this week. Joey here with me. He's been part of the Falcons lineup. Joey, how have you seen this spring league this year? Has it been pretty competitive? A lot of new players. How are you seeing it?
Oh yeah, no, it's been pretty competitive this year. It's been good splitting it off into the 2 divisions and that, having the best 6 in the Division 1 and then the not so best in Division 2, just to even it out a bit more. But no, it's been really good like that. Really even comp this year. Yep. Ups and downs.
Absolutely. And you yourself, you're looking to play, aiming for the under-22s national side. And
24s.
Under-24s, my apologies, yeah. So that should be pretty exciting. I reckon you're a bit of a shoe in there.
Nervous.
Nervous?
Nervous,
yep.
Very nervous.
Look, Joey with me, fantastic player, athletic, can throw the disc well, can run all day, defends and attacks just as well as each other. He's a fantastic, complete player.
Too kind.
All good. So we're looking at about 22 degrees as we're looking at it now. Thankfully, it's not 15 degrees hotter like it was yesterday. That would have made for a pretty sapping grand final. The ground's in good nick, but the breeze, that's going to be a big factor, Joey.
It's always a bit of drama for some players and that throwing up against the wind. Other players enjoy it, others, especially for those newer players that are a little bit less experienced in that game, that extra spin on the disc and throwing it properly is a real drama for them. So it might be one-sided today, like whoever's down this far end, but Panda's on, it'd be easy for them to score going down to JusDisc and vice versa as they go backwards and forwards. Yep. So we might see a bit more scoring on the left side of the field where JusDisc are currently.
Well, we certainly did in Div 2, and I would agree with that. I think most of the points will come there. There's a siren.
JusDisc is starting with it. Throw off.
Looks like Mitch Palmer there with it now. There's a good pull against the wind. It's gone over halfway.
Morty first pick up.
experienced campaigner, good handler.
Go, Shani, go, Shani.
Goes to Nichols.
Good throw.
Nichols, that was good by Shani. Nice position on that wing. Oh, and there it is.
First
That's
time.
just what it's doing. Even these lower passes, Joey, they just seem to be blading and bobbling just enough for the defenders to get a bit of a look at it.
No, exactly. Bryce pick up. Nice throw.
That was good by Palmer. Good positioning.
Quick movement.
Oh, there goes the disc again. Good
Good block
defence.
from Sinclair.
Really good defence there.
Got Morty running long. They might be looking for him. Nah.
I think he's going to go across. He does. Goes across to Iflin. Good height on Iflin there. I think he could be a bit of an offensive weapon as well. Good with the disc.
He's got some speed on him.
Yeah, moving quite nicely. Mitch Palmer's picked him up. Short one there to Morty. With his trademark Legionnaires hat.
Right,
there's a big one.
long to Ben.
There he
Mitch
is.
has got front position.
Oh, good defence by Palmer. That's not a bad result for Mad Panda either. Great defensive play by Mitch Palmer, the captain of JusDisc, but they have to set up right on their goal line. So if Mad Panda can really corral them here and really defend on them nice and hard, they could end up getting a turnover in pretty good position. Setting up now.
Looks like Mad Panda's setting up for a zone right now. Make it a bit more difficult for him going up against the wind.
Looks like it. Bit of a stack of sorts there by JusDisc. In fact, it is.
They haven't adjusted to it.
Bit of a vertical. These are two of the best teams, ladies and gentlemen. So that's how you do that. Just trying to get numbers through the gaps in the zone defence. Try and break the zone a little bit. If there's a team that can do it, it is JusDisc. They've got the movement to do it. Palmer again. And that was Baglari with it. Goes over to Clayton. Just a patient build-up. Whatever, use a dump option here. Oh, dangerous little wobbling disc, but it's picked up okay. This is a good zone by Panda, and no easy ones here. And there's the pressure. Mifflin again. Goes to Nichols.
Got Morty out wide.
He's lost his hat, I think. Morty out wide. Yeah, this is dangerous here. He's a good handler.
Will's by himself.
Got a few in there. Fuzz directing.
Swings it back again.
Once again.
Upwards throw.
Oh, is that Shani?
Yep.
Yep, Shani with the point. Mad Panda draw first blood. 1-0 in the 2024 Div 1 Spring League Ultimate Grand Final as we see the lines change. That was just a really good defensive pressure there from Mad Panda to force that turnover that led to that goal. And I think that's what's going to be the key, Joey.
Yeah, no, that was really good by Mad Panda. Only thing JusDisc should have done is they should have set up horizontally for that zone. Get more of those swings in, because once you start swinging it on that zone, you wear out those people in the cup, and then you can move it up freer. But I'm sure they'll talk about that and they'll switch up for a horror next time around. But
I think so, Joey. Just for those viewers that might not be necessarily familiar, a cup basically you have someone on the mark with that disc face, as I said in Div 2, but also someone just about 3 metres on the left or right of the handler, and then you've got zones pushing up right into the face of the offensive side. So you've got wings, you've got someone hanging back, and you've got two that are looking after the cuts in the middle. So that was a really, really good zone there. This is why they're in the grand final. This is why they're such a good, scrappy side. I think they've gotten here on the back of their defence a little bit more than their offence. As good as they are on offence, the defence is certainly something that could make a difference today.
100%.
But JusDisc won't be too disheartened by that, Joey.
No, not at all. Wouldn't phase them much.
See a nice low blading, well, not a blade, but a laser beam. That's gone well over halfway against the wind. Not easy. Oh dear. No, that's gone well out, unfortunately.
A couple of nerves right now from JusDisc.
Yeah. Getting used to those windy conditions can sometimes be a bit tricky. We saw that one just float out, where on a normal day, that probably goes straight to Jared, no worries.
100%.
Fuzz with it now, one of the most experienced on the side.
Morty first cut, corner.
Oh, see, that one's just blown. Look at that travel. That's come off the hand and gone another 30 metres.
No, good lead as well, just unlucky. Unlucky that wind affected it.
And again, probably not the worst position to try and cough it up on, actually.
Oh, exactly. If you're smart, you lean down, you might just throw it long, just get that ground. But we'll find out shortly.
Well, from one experienced handler to another, looks like Jared's going to be taking this one. Jared Libner. Very, very fast, but he's a really accomplished handler himself. There's a look at that one go. Can she get there? No, I think that's going to favour Morty. Gee, that's gone miles, that one, with the wind. That's a blading disc that won't go very far, so this could be handy here for the JusDisc League crew.
Linda's picked up again.
Yeah, hasn't all right. Kennedy made a good effort. That one's not going to stay in, despite the best efforts there.
I think that was thrown out.
Drag that space, clear.
Really did something pretty cool there.
Just pass this yellow cone.
Fuzz with the disc now.
Reese Palmer, number one.
Distance, going 1, 2,
With it now,
3.
right in front of us.
Good throw,
That's
very
a
good
great
throw.
Yeah, that's just that experience there. Gone over there to Leach.
6.
Well done by Morty. Good call. Could have swung
Back
it,
to
or
Fuzz.
could have gone down the line. Couple of options. Fuzz did well.
Really good movement right now. Morty's going to that back corner.
Lead.
Bang.
Oh, look at that. From handler to offender. That is 2-0 to the Mad Panda. That is a well-orchestrated point. JusDisc League on the ropes early.
No, that was really good movement. In wind like that, that's not easy at all, doing that kind of play, and they made it look easy.
Well, Morty was the one that called for it here when it was near the broadcast side, and he's found his way into that offensive unit. What we sort of forget about Morty, he's quite fast. He gets down to the end zones pretty quickly and sometimes goes undetected, and he was in a really good position. Leach did really well there
Great movement right
on
now.
that one. As
And
did not Common Nose, my apologies. Reed, my apologies. Did really well there as well.
that's the first break point of the game.
So Mad Panda making the best of these conditions so far.
For sure, they're definitely adapting to it way better. Will pull.
Look at this one.
Beautiful.
Go.
Really
Not too many
good.
that
In the
do
back of the
that
end
better.
zone.
Look at that go. That's in the
That's
end zone.
great.
Dangerous for JusDisc League because this is a scoring end. Oh, a bit of a collision in the middle of the ground.
Really dangerous right now for JusDisc. And
He's got there. Normally that goes down, but we're talking about Mitch Palmer here, who's capable of some really freakish athletic
another turnover.
abilities. Unfortunately, another drop there for Buglari. Just a couple there, just not really getting the conditions yet. Dangerous again. This could go to 3-0 pretty quick. That one's curling back in and
Out the
around.
back.
Is she there? Is she there? I think she's taken it, but I think there's a call made of contact, I'm assuming.
Bryce has called a goal. He was the closest there. Mitch has called it as well. That's a goal.
Yep, okay. Great sportsmanship by JusDisc, but ultimately, get it, ultimately. It's 3-0.
It just seems like Mad Panda is adjusted to the pressure. They had a harder game last week. Maybe it's just that they're in that pressure mood right now. JusDisc was a bit more of an easier game. Maybe just once they get going, though, which they will get going, it'll be very hard to stop. It's just that slow adjustment. Like when we versed JusDisc during the season, we got a 3-goal lead and then they clawed it back to 5-3. So don't
Definitely
take them
not
out of
writing
it.
them off.
No, not at all. Like
Yes.
they'll be fine.
Captain Fuzz goes off for a well-earned break. He's done really well in his time out. What they do really well, and year in, year out, Mad Panda, they use their rotations really, really well. So did JusDisc. I feel like that's going to be a bit of a key today as well. Just keep those players fresh. Keep the legs fresh. We know JusDisc have the athleticism to get around Mad Panda. As good as Mad Panda are, they've got some athletic players too. Just feel like across the line, JusDisc are a bit of a quicker side. Nice pull.
Another good pull by Will.
Good stop there by Bradbury. Hasn't had a lot of it himself. He's a pretty handy player when he gets his hands on the disc. There's that bobbling up, but Jared's got it covered. Or it's a laser boom, but straight intercepted by Nichols. Oh, who's coughed it up himself. A comedy of errors there, Joey. Some pretty handy
Bit of
players.
excitement going on there.
Yeah, a bit of a rush of the blood. Jared's looking long.
He's
Does
gone
go
for
long.
it to Mitch
Palmer's
Palmer.
there. Oh, it's in the back. Great grab there by Mitch Palmer.
Mitch loves the contact.
There he does. Here we go. First point
Good.
there to JusDisc. And this might be it here. This might be where they get a bit of a run on.
No, really good by JusDisc.
That was a much better build-up. Couldn't quite see who scored that one.
And good by Mitch. Some players, once they get bumped like that, they try and call something, but no, he got straight back up afterwards and got straight back into the gameplay, and that's why they scored so quickly just then. Really
I
good.
could be wrong, but I think that was Salas with the point. Just really getting into a good position. In Div 2, Joey, I was talking a bit in footy terms. It's like a forward that times their lead really well. That was it in a nutshell as well, and he basically took that unopposed.
For sure. Yeah. No, exactly. Really good by Mitch just then, and by...
That's all right. Yeah, it's a great build-up by
Rudy,
JusDisc.
really good by Rudy. Really good goal by Rudy. That's what I was looking for.
Yep. All right, now they've got that point on the board. This is the time for the experienced players just to settle the side down a little bit, focus on the basics, because that's going to be what wins the games in these windy conditions.
Good pull by
That's a
Linda.
Laser beam against the wind. Oh, it didn't stop that roll, really.
Fuzz going for the pick-up.
Extra 10 metres gain there for JusDisc, but there's Reed with it. Fuzz to Reed, that's a good combo. It's worked. Sean's been a dangerous player today, but that's really good defensive work there.
Good block by Liv.
That was Liv, yep. Up it goes. Chance here for a quick one.
Beautiful.
Oh, a little bit of miscommunication, but there's that quick scoring that JusDisc are known for. And I think that was Liv Kennedy again, right involved in the heart of that play.
Really good by her.
Yeah, a couple of really good passages by Liv in that play. And again, just reading the position better than anyone else. It had a little bit of competition from her own player. And all of a sudden it's 3-2 in the blink of an eye, Joey.
Exactly. That's what JusDisc do. They never give up, and it doesn't stress them too much when they're down by a bit. They just do what they do best and keep on going.
That's right. Yeah, you knew they weren't going away. Once they got used to the conditions, you knew that they were going to do some good things. I think this might be Reese Palmer with the wind.
Yep.
He's a very, very strong handler. Good height. He's a complete player, this guy. And he can throw a long disc as well. So now Mad Panda are probably a little bit nervous seeing a couple of quick points against them after a pretty bright start from them. Again, Fuzz shoes on the other foot a little bit. Fuzz has just got to settle his team down, focus on what got them the lead in the first place, because they know they can do it, and they are a scrapping side. Look at that one go.
Perfect.
Look at that. That's just postcard perfect. Good mark by Nichols, who's recovered his hat. Shani here on the wing, who's been a formidable player early. Really, really good. Back to Nichols. Might swing across. Oh, no, goes for the cut instead. That is Leach with it. Leach goes to Fuzz. Fuzz a quick one on the wing to Nichols. Back to Fuzz. This is good give and go. Oh, did he travel? I reckon. I would have called that almost, Joey. Almost a travel, but
I don't know about that. I reckon it's all right.
slow the game down a bit. Probably not spirited. There's Leach with it. This is a good give and go game here by Mad Panda.
Great movement in the wind right now.
Absolutely.
Really good movement.
And then number 44, we've got Kira Morton. Apologies for the pronunciation. Got
One
the
open on the wing.
thumbs up from Morty. I'm happy with that.
Really good by Panda. They just got to keep the composure they have currently.
That's it. Nichols is a very good handler himself. Very accomplished, very experienced.
Extremely.
Him and Fuzz are a good combo.
He's drawn long.
Goes long. It might go a bit too long, I think.
Make
really
sure
good by them getting that
JusDisc. But unlucky.
Yeah.
A couple going long.
That's gone long. Where's that going? Fuzz is red at the best. And just sort of put his body behind that one.
Good ground get though.
Work it up again. Nice patience.
All right. This is Boglari with the on the mark. Fuzz with the disc.
Beautiful throw.
That's just a nice pass. Looks like they're pretty happy to give Panda the unders here because they're a bit worried about their long game. That is a very good
Beautiful
grab.
dive.
There's been a couple of good grabs early by both sides. Leach and nice inside out there to Fuzz. Trying to force a forehand, but he turns around and gets that backhand away. Look at the height from Leach. Oh, bobbly little disc. Buzz made it look okay. Goes back across. This is a good build-up too. He's patient. Back to Nichols. Loud saw counting there. Back it goes. JusDisc have set a little bit better in defence now. Buzz. The pink haired
throw. Beautiful throw.
Johnny again. She's been really dangerous. Almost one of the better ones on the ground in my opinion early on.
Goes for the hammer.
That could go. That could stick, and it does. How easy was that, says Buzz. I do that in my sleep, he says. That is a great point by Mad Panda. And I think that was Big Zach Leach who got on the end of that. After a really good movement there by Mad Panda. The one before didn't quite work, it went to ground, but that one stuck to their guns. And they got a really nice point there. Look at the size of Man Mountain here coming up, very hard to defend.
For sure, no, really good by Fuzz and really showed who's the general on the field for Mad Panda.
Yeah, and we'll look back with the double arm spread, the eagle spread. He's like, I do that in my sleep. How easy is that? Did that with my eyes closed. And it's 4-2. That was the point I think Mad Panda needed, just to steady the ship a little bit.
No, exactly.
Did you enjoy the Div 2 Grand Final, Joey? Did you see much of that?
I watched a bit of it, yeah. No, it was really good. Congratulations for Keck making the Grand Final in their first season and that. We versed them first round and they didn't know anything about anything. But no, they really, really, over the last couple of weeks have become a very strong side.
Absolutely.
Mad Panda pulled JusDisc.
Glary with it. Goes to Jared. Jared wastes no time getting it to Palmer. It's Solly again.
This way, Benny. Go spin. Go let it spin. That's it. Trap it here.
While Smith does well back to Palmer.
Don't let that happen.
Oh, good grab. That was starting to curl away again. Glary with
Back
it.
to Linda. Mitch going long.
Linda does well.
Morty's waiting there though.
Oh, what a grab by Morty.
Great.
I thought maybe Mitch Palmer had it covered, but that was a great grab using his height.
Mad Panda have switched back onto the attack and they're torturing right now.
Absolutely.
Under now, under.
Ziffland back to Nichols.
Jared, under.
Got Fuzz seen here giving out orders.
Sinclair now. Sinclair to Morty. This is dangerous for JusDisc.
Swing.
Fuzz barking out instructions from the sidelines. They heed his words, at least for one throw. Nichols with it. Where's he going to go? Good patient build-up. Oh, good defence.
Good block by Josh Battles. Mitch going long again.
Really good
He's going for it.
Going long. Oh! I think he might have thought Nichols got a touch. He was probably expecting him to knock it down. I don't think he was quite in a position to take that one. Some quick play. Iflin nearly got there, but Bradbury snuck up on him pretty quietly there. Like a ninja on a mission. Mad Panda with it now. Cuts coming from Sinclair. Nothing doing. Going to go long, I think. Yes, he does.
Going long.
Bradbury there. Yeah, he reads it well, Josh Bradbury. That's one of his assets, I reckon. Moved pretty well. Fellow Saints supporter too, so that doesn't hurt. But nah, he's come into it a little bit with some defensive plays. If he can get his hands on the disc a bit more, he'll be pretty happy, I reckon. Glary getting a little bit of the disc now. A couple of little iffy moments. Morty, that's still alive. Nah, Sully couldn't quite get there.
Morty's been everywhere today. Look at him run down the field. He's going long.
He'll be on the end of this, I reckon.
Tira's got it. She's going for the hammer to Morty. Morty's out the back.
Nice hammer. Oh.
He's gone for
Tell you what, he was just on the wrong line of that. I reckon it curled away, but he was right there with it. Nearly his second. Probably best on Morty at the moment for me.
Throwing long again.
They're just clearing the space now. Oh no, Palmer gets in front, reads it nicely. Makes up for that drop earlier. Goes across the field. There's Bradbury. Now this could be a chance here. Oh, Glary screaming for it in the end zone. Gets ignored, and it's a turnover. She won't be happy. She got absolutely fried then. But then again, against the wind, you don't really want to go that long because a lot can happen with the disc.
Oh, no.
This is dangerous now. Palmer, can he get there? No, he can't. The wind is playing havoc. Both teams playing at a frenetic pace.
You'd almost call a timeout right now just to get a breather on this.
That's a good idea, yeah, just to slow things down. This is where the experience should come to the fold, though. Morty's done well in that. He's directing traffic. Sinclair, nice.
Great throw by
Sally
Morty.
there. It's these throws that are just going wide.
Straight up, Panda.
It's exciting but frustrating.
Straight up, straight up.
Just got to slow it
Straight
down.
up. Good. Good, Benny.
Lidner did well to Sally.
Stay with it, Ben.
Goes back, I think that's Wildsmith.
Force side, force side. Straight up.
Now does Jared use this one? Goes for the hammer across the ground. Risky. Oh, Mitchie couldn't quite bring it down, unfortunately.
Morty.
Oh, yeah, I reckon so too. Got to call it. Someone's got to call this. Mitchie just shaking it off. That's gone to ground. Unfortunately, it's a
Going up again.
rare miss there by Morty on the throw. Oh, really? If there's someone that can take those, it's Mitch. Joey's frenetically calling time out beside me.
It's been about 10 turnovers in about 5 minutes.
And maybe a little more. Here we go. Chance here for JusDisc. How does Jared use this? Goes up again. I don't think that's going to
Morty's blocked it again.
Yep. Just went above Bradbury.
Absolutely.
Morty with
really
the height.
good.
They can't throw that far.
It's the experienced ones getting the rushes of the blood to their head too, Joey.
Yeah. No, exactly. Everyone's a bit... No, it's a
Bit trigger
very high pressure point right now.
Oh, it's a long point. 4-2. Another one goes to ground, so both playing a similar game here at the moment.
Match.
Palmer's a weapon here. Oh, look at the layout! Couldn't quite bring it to hand, but what a layout. That's what he's capable of. That's why he's such a weapon. He's going to be a little frustrated they haven't gone to hand as much as you'd like, Mitch Palmer.
No, exactly. It's a bit uncharacteristic for Mitch dropping these ones, but they have been hard throws though.
I think so, yeah. Been a bit tricky. High fives all around. Oh, got to catch my
Finally,
breath.
someone call a timeout.
They've done that. They've listened to Joey finally. Coach Joey beside me has called a timeout.
No, it's just with points like that where it's a turnover every 10 seconds, it's good just to get a breather back and if you've got the disc, yeah, call it. Get a breather back, organise what you want to do and go from there.
Well, it seems like the windier it got, the more frenetic it got.
Exactly.
It really calls for the opposite. Just time on disc. You've got 10 seconds to pass that disc along. Just use those 10 seconds.
Exactly.
Even if it's just switching the disc left to right or even using the dump options. I think both sides got a bit trigger happy and went away from what they wanted to do.
100%.
So a couple of minutes for a timeout here. 4-2 the score. It is a really good grand final. It's got the crowd engaged.
No, great. Really good.
And I'll just go over some names here of just who's been a real player, first and foremost for Mad Panda. I think he's just about best on ground. Jared Morton. Been everywhere.
He's had about 3 end zone blocks and about 6 blocks all up. All very important blocks as well that would have ended in goals and grabs by other players.
Absolutely. Got on the end of one in the end zone as well, so he's done it all. Not only is he a good handler, but as Joey has said, defensively he's just so hard to beat. He's fast, he uses his height and his positional ability. Also, Fuzz has just been fantastic. But I'm going to go Shani Christie has been an absolute weapon and has orchestrated, well, got on the end of the very first point in the Div 1 Grand Final and has done some good things since.
Been leading really, really well for all the handlers running up.
Yeah, she's a pick of the girls at the moment, I would say. Across the board and across the JusDisc, a couple of handy players as well. I will give a shout out to Sophie Boglari. She's had a few iffy moments early on in the game, but she's just got her hands on the disc a little bit more, screaming for it in the end zone. I think it was Boglari.
Someone else before in the end zone.
It was someone else. My apologies, but she has gotten her hands on the disc a little bit more now, and so hopefully her confidence is just going to increase that a little bit and not get too frustrated. The Palmer boys have been everywhere. Salas was one that got a handy point as well for them, just in that good position on the back of some good work. And of course, Jared Linda, we expect him to basically orchestrate the plays. Looks like timeout is just about finished. They're back onto the ground. Just had a bit of a drink, a bit of a breather.
Exactly. I'm sure my Panda sort of sorted out a bit of a game plan they want to do. If they can get this point, it'll bring them half time, and I believe it brings them back up the end they want to be at. I might be wrong, but no, this gets them a half time. They'll be very happy with that.
And earlier in that half, it was actually Georgina Kominos who was in that end zone screaming for it. On another day, probably a good position, but with that wind, probably not. As a restart, he's not far away. He's Pete Nichols with it now. Ligner on the mark. Wind is picking up again, almost as if it knows when the play
might be throwing long for this one. Oh, and it doesn't come back.
Not going to come back in, I don't think. It was the right idea, but just didn't quite get the assistance.
It's the last thing they wanted just then. That's very unlucky. Really good mark by Linda, though. Forced that throw.
Co-commentator in the Div 2 Grand Finals, in the thick of it here in the Div 1 Grand Final. Bit of a stack set up by Palmer. Probably not a bad play, but it sort of falls apart a little bit. It's turned into a bit of a
Goes for the
scramble.
hammer out the back to Josh, and he's got it.
I think he's in the end, yep. And that's just what Josh Bradbury does. He just reads the play, he knows where he needs to be. And he's gotten his hands on the disc a little bit too as the game's gone on. That'll help his confidence a little bit. That was just a well thought out play there as the score moves to 4-3. And probably not the scoring end, but that'll give him a bit of confidence that it's probably not the favourable end to score on. Just a little bit more control, Joey, rather than just
good composure by Linda. I'm not a fan of hammers, but that one did work out.
I can't do them, so that's why I'm not a fan. But no, you're right. Hammers are a bit risky when the wind's like that, but Jared throws them as good as anybody. So if anyone can chance his arm, it is him.
Well, if you looked at the Div 2 Grand Final, I think there was about 15 hammers and only about 5 of them worked out. So it's the percentage on them.
Yeah, not a high percentage play.
No.
JusDisc League with the pull. Mad Panda on their line, ready to go. They'll be looking to reset as well. They certainly had a few rush of blood to the head moments as well.
Be good having Fuzz back on just to keep him a bit more composed. Good pull by Bryce.
Beautiful pull by Bryce, yep. Ooh. Bryce is right on that pull. I think, who was that? I think Lauren Iflin wanted to mark that one. Two siblings out there, Joey. In the side. Oh, that is Fuzz!
Oh, Fuzz gets it back.
Did everything right, did
Great stuff.
It just hovered to Fuzz. Fuzz does get on the end of those a few times. Ifland again. That one's curling back. No, out of bounds. So the technique you want there is just to lower the body into the throw a little bit.
By Bryce, fast moving. Only thing is, though,
you might get on the end of this. No, that was out of bounds. Or was there a call?
I believe there has been a call.
Don't think it actually was out of bounds, but play stopped mid-disc.
I believe it's between Spud and Reese Palmer right now. Maybe something about contact. They both bumped into each other, and I think they're both making a call for what they believe happened.
Yeah. And like I said in the Div 2 Grand Final, this is a uniqueness about Ultimate Frisbee. You generally don't see umpires or referees. Any kind of potential fouls are talked out between the two teams and the two players involved in it. It's a bit of a breathing opportunity for both sides out there. While it's not super hot, anything above 20, when it's played at a pace, it becomes like a bit of a sauna out there under the sun. So this is a good opportunity for a bit of a breather.
Now, if this takes them over 45 seconds, it should go back to Rice if they don't make a decision in that time.
Correct, yep. I think it pretty much well has. Probably does have to go back to the handler. That's been over 45 seconds, I would have thought.
Well, actually depends if it was Zachy made, if it was Spuddy made the call, it goes to Panda, I believe, and if it was Reese, it goes to the youngsters.
Yeah. Fuzz has just had a bit of a savage. Palmer's trying to work it out. I'm just trying to work out if they're calling the point or not a point, but
it's been over 45 seconds.
still talking it out.
Don't think anything.
Getting conclusive.
Oh. So it's back to Panda.
Okay. So it means it was a foul initially agreed upon, I guess. Okay.
Sort of no leads right now by Panda. Might force him to throw this one
A
long.
little bit stagnant. Goes across.
Oh.
Fuzz a rare drop. That was a tough one.
That's exactly what Justice wants. Mitch for a quick run back to
Yeah,
get
look, he's running
restarted
towards
again.
it. He wants it.
Which is what they want. And
Did I get it?
Yeah,
I think I did. And I think it was Bryce who got it on the end of that one from Palmer.
Really, really smart by Justice.
And that levels the scores up 4-all. This is the grand final that we want.
No, exactly.
If there were designated coaches of a side, they'd be both tearing their hair out, but as a spectator sport, this is what you want to come and see. A nice, hard-fought, close game. I think it was Mitch Palmer when I was doing the interviews, Joey, that said, yeah, there will be a few drops, there will be a few discs going out of bounds. It's just the nature of how it is with the conditions.
Yeah, no, he's not wrong. There has been a lot of it so far on both sides.
I think JusDisc is starting to get into a little bit of a rhythm here. They expected a scrap coming into this, knowing that Mad Panda do scrap in their games. No, neither side goes away, and you never take leads for granted against either of these two sides.
Not for sure. Bryce with the disc again, he'll be pulling it.
Let's see what he can... Beautiful pull with the wind. Let's see what he can do against it. I think he's a pretty handy handy thrower of the disc. He's ready to go. Look, not bad, honestly. That'll roll past halfway. Go out, actually. How does it? No, the roll has stopped. So on the outer wing, but anything beyond halfway is a pretty good pull against the wind. Fuzz with it now. The experienced campaigner. Pink headband. Back to Nichols. The experience is getting ahead. This is Ifland. Ifland back to Fuzz. Ifland in a good position on the wing here. Not marked very tightly. Fuzz goes central to Sinclair. Patient build-up, calculated. Back to Ifland. Where does he go? Feigns long. Keeps possession of it. Goes long and low. Oh, short and low. Sorry to Fuzz.
Will's going long. He's looking at it, but I don't think he wants to do it.
I don't know. He can do it.
He's going for it.
Yeah, Fuzz does.
Oh, and
one-handed
he's got
grab.
it.
Mad Panda take the lead. 5-4.
High fives all around right now.
Yeah, that was fantastic from Will. If anyone can pull off a one-handed grab in the end zone like that, it is Will.
Hammers, they're very hard to grab as it is, but with a one-hander, that's, yeah, beautiful.
Exactly right, especially with the disc bobbling around. Now, I think that might be half-time.
Yes.
And with half-time, it is 5-4. Fantastic game by both sides in trying conditions. We'll be back with you in the second half. All right, here with Morty. Morty, probably one of the MVPs so far in the game. He's been everywhere.
Humble, thank you.
He's doing really, really well. Morty, you've been on the end of a few, nearly got a couple in the end zone yourself. You got one. You've also thrown a few, as well as your defensive pressure's been elite. How are you seeing that game? It feels like the wind's picked up since Div 2.
It has. I think it's died down. The first probably 10-15 minutes was the wind was the real player out there on the field, but ever since then it's died down a bit. There's plenty of upwind points, plenty of downwind points, so it's a good competition. JusDisc, they're working hard. They've dug in and they've really brought it back. I think we did get quite lucky with a couple of our early throws. I think getting the end offensive up on this southern end here actually really helped, considering the wind. So yeah, we've just got to keep our foot on the gas into the second half. That's our biggest Achilles heel, is our fuel.
Yes, well, that's all right. You guys are playing really well, really evenly matched out there on scoreboard. And how are you moving it? A bit of a frenetic few minutes before that time out.
Yeah,
talk us through that. Everyone was throwing hammers. There was things going everywhere.
Oh, it was absolute carnage. You could see, what happens in Frisbee. Once everyone starts to get tired, everyone thinks you're Tom Brady and you're going for your quarterback throws. I'm definitely guilty of that myself. So it's just composure and keeping the composure into the end. So we're not pooped like that on the field. My heart rate was soaring in that last bit.
I could imagine. Well, Morty, good luck for the second half. Another half to go of some Frisbee action that is unparalleled anywhere in the world, in my opinion. Good luck for the second half. We'll have a bit of a wander. Bryce here. A few good pulls there, getting on the end of a few. Really tough half there for JusDisc League.
Yeah, very tough half.
Well, for both sides, I should say.
Yeah, no, they come out relaxed, ready to go. They got nothing to lose, coming from the back. We have everything to lose. We haven't lost a game, but hopefully we don't lose this one.
Yep. Now, with the win the way it is and a very tight scoreline, what's your plan going in for the second half?
Well, we've picked defence against the win for the first half, the first point. So now, in the second half, we're going with the win. So hopefully that plays a part.
Very nice, yep, good strategical thinking. It's good to see a few passes going to hand. You've been a bit of a factor late in that first half. Using your athleticism and your throwing ability, do you think that becomes a factor in the second half as well as players get more tired?
Yeah, it definitely does. Well, I've just come off a season of soccer, so I'm match fit and ready to go. And we've got a lot more players than they do. We've nearly got 2 teams, one on the bench, one on the field. So hopefully that comes together really well.
Thank you very much and good luck for the second half.
Thank you.
Welcome back to the second half of a grouping Div 1 Grand Final here for the 2024 Ultimate Grand Final for the Spring League. 9 gruelling weeks of Ultimate Frisbee has led to this in conditions that are a bit trying. 5-4. It's hard to pick. It's still hard to pick who wins this. I don't know. I can't pick a winner from here, to be honest. Panda with the pull. Oh, that's a good roll, actually. That's a good roll. That's a good pull in those conditions. Wildsmith.
Looks like Panda's zoning again.
Wildsmith swings it back to Jared, experienced campaigner. They'll look away, but he probably should have been looking at that, I have to say. Morty had that covered. Back to Nichols. Nichols swings it. It's a high one. Look at the spring, the vertical leap of Morty. Something to be feared as well for opposition players. Iflin goes straight ahead. That's the man mounting himself. Oh! That's good defence, no call. So a really good block there. Timely block on Leach. Okay, chance here for JusDisc. Says Reese Palmer. Tell you what, Liv's been a fantastic player, Liv Kennedy. I'll tell you what, Reese Palmer with a vertical layout there, but didn't quite bring the disc to hand.
Unlucky.
Just didn't sit up the disc, it's a bit unusual.
When you're throwing with the wind, it pushes it down.
Generally does, yep. Oh, that's a bloody throw. Bit of body on body there. It's accidental. Ifland with it. Number 13 is Alyssa Vincent. She's still got it. Good patience, and great cut there by Leach. Trolling that near side. Does he go back into the dump or swing it across? Neither. That is a funny old throw. That is a chaos throw. Sometimes they work actually. Has to go back. That's a good movement across. Reese Palmer, experience. He'll take his time here. Oh, great mark there great grab by Liv Kennedy. Liv's been a fantastic player in this game. She's done some really good things. Wildsmith getting involved too. Oh, tell you what, nearly. Bobble, nervous moment. Oh, she's cut it through. Not quite in the end zone though, but that was a great throw by Wildsmith there, Joey.
Very good throw.
Laser beam through everyone.
Good hands, well to catch it.
Back to Libner.
He's trying to get open again, and
didn't quite leave the hand. Might have got a deflection, I'm not sure, but didn't get up unfortunately. But it was good movement by JusDisc. Patient. I'm not taking away from the defence of Mad Panda, who never gave up on that one.
No, not at all. No, really good defence.
Yep.
Ben has the disc again. Oh, it doesn't happen.
Yeah, he's handling a little more at the moment. Nichols, it's a wobbly one. Nichols loses his hat again.
That's throw, a nice throw.
Good lead. That's perfect. That's Ifland. No. Common makes sure that that's going to be a turnover. And again in a dangerous position. Now it's Mad Panda just struggling to find that connection after the third throw. Oh, That's going.
Good throw.
That's going.
Oh, and he's gone right through the hands.
Gone through him like a hologram, that one.
Good throw by Linda though. Really good throw. Just maybe it bobbed last second with that one. But
Might have just changed direction. You're right there, Joey. He usually swallows those ones, Frisbee Palmer. Anyway, Mad Panda get a bit of a reprieve with the disc in hand.
Will for the pick up again.
Just got to work it past the first third of the ground. Leach with it. It's been handling it all right, actually.
They just need to centre it a bit more. Once they get in that centre, they'll be cheering.
Oh,
but right
it's
now,
those throws. He's done a couple of those, unfortunately. He has handled well, but there's a couple of those sort of throws that have just been close more than anything else. You're almost just wanting to throw it down the ground if you're going to do that.
Just get to the ground on it.
This is dangerous. Oh. Defense by Nick. He's read it better. Good. Sally's looking pretty dangerous. He wants his second. Sally, sorry.
Centering the disc a bit more, which is what they want.
It's not Vincent, Iflin with it. To Morty. Oh, they might have to go to Leach. It's a great grab, but it was already out. Oh. Bit of a stumble there.
They got us for the
Doesn't
hammer.
waste time, but
straight to Morty.
It's just playing into the hands of Mad Panda there. Rush of blood to the head. Oh, gets there.
I reckon he just got that one.
Oh, Jared's rushed in.
He's called up.
Yep, play on. Probably might have thought for a second that it might have bobbled on the ground first. It was close. Oh no, that one definitely did. Unfortunately, Salas with it to live. Kennedy back to Salas. Good builder. Oh, look at that go. There's nothing you can do about that throw. That was the right height, the right type of throw. But look at that one just curl as the wind just picked up on that throw.
I must need to call a time.
Not quite as frenetic as before, but seeing a lot go to ground. That's the territory one.
Morty's there. Oh, unlucky, but
always a chance, isn't it?
That was a really good throw. It's all the way down the other end now. If I was Panda, I'd try and keep it off Linda, because if he gets it, he'll launch it long. But
at least they got a bit more territory. So Wildsmith, now JusDisc have to work it a little further up. Salas, razor as is on the back of his shirt. This is Cominose. Cominose with it.
Throws it up.
It's a long throw.
Good throw, actually.
Well, who's that in the number 17 out there?
Tom
O'Farrell? Yep. Just no number on the sheet, that's okay. O'Farrell in a good position. Nearly got there. Nichols. Tell you what, give up on the hat, son. Just use some sunblock.
Really good movement by Will right now. He's really pushing it through. Just need to give it to Morty. Yep.
Oh! Now that one might have also bobbled
Rudy running long
too. That's a good fake there by Jared. And Salas got on the end of one there.
Really good.
He's been looking for his second. He's a good offensive player. Razor, as is on the back of his shirt. By name and by nature, as he cuts through the defence and finds himself unmarked in the end zone for another one. 5-all the score.
Now, what time does the game finish again? So it's 12:10. Then we've only got.
Well, if that's the case, we've only got 2 more minutes. Yeah. There's been some long points. You surely can't have a draw in a grand final.
Well, it was a draw last year, and they went into Universal, and Panda just came away with it. It might be a bit of a replay of last year, but we don't know. He's going to get it this time.
So Universal point, basically translate that to golden point. First score wins is basically how it goes, and this game's almost looking like it could go there.
For sure.
Mitch Palmer with the pull, it looks like, in those striking bright blue wheels of his. He's so fast that he could almost say meep meep before he runs. But here he is with the pull. He's pretty handy with disc in hand too. It's a nice pull. That should stay in, I think. It does
really
just.
Perfect pull.
Yep.
That's exactly what they want.
Yeah, good position.
Nice work, nice
Good by Mad Panda right
Anything
now.
over halfway
Ooh.
down that end to the right of screen is a pretty good ball in my opinion.
Now it looks like
It's good by Sinclair. Fuzz. So Reed had it. That one's just sailed again. On a normal day without the wind, it probably goes to hand pretty easily. But that one just, they find a way to float over the top.
Now Panda's got a match. Usually they zone, but they're doing a bit of a match play right now. But very lucky.
And that is Bradbury's experience in reading the play, knowing how to get there and not giving up on that.
Nice, Brayden.
Back to Bryce.
Good movement by
Should swing
Bryce.
across.
He's got
Goes through, that's not
Bradbury
bad.
again. Throws the
Good
mid.
by
Good run
Bradbury.
on.
That was clinical to Palmer. Clayton with it. Oh, nearly. Oh, it's a collision between the two JusDisc players, Bradbury and Palmer. But it ends up with Boglari, who gets on the end of that. Great positioning. What a point. They've got the last couple here, Joey.
No, it's been a very good run right now.
I almost
And
think,
that's the point Panda would have wanted to get, having the wind on your side.
I almost feel like Mad Panda have just stopped a little with their run. They're a bit gassed, I think, and JusDisc starting to get a bit clear of them. There was some good early movement between Bryce and Bradbury. They combined pretty nicely in the centre, which set that up. A bit of a collision, I think it was between Palmer and, I think it might have been Clayton, potentially.
Palmer and Josh.
Oh, it was Josh, was it? It was Josh Bradbury who was everywhere. Yeah, but didn't stop the play, and Boglari found herself by herself in the end zone, just reading the play nicely and making sure of it. That'll help her confidence after a little bit of an iffy start with disc in hand. But like I said, she got on the end of a few in that first half, and the confidence is building, and that'll definitely help Joey.
100%.
Bit of time here, just working out their lines. 6-5. I didn't think it'd be too high scoring. My money was a little bit on JusDisc League at the start of the game, but it's still anyone's game. Mad Panda score, and if there's no score after that, it will go to universal point. I think JusDisc just taking a bit of time off the clock here. They're in front. Mad Panda are itching to go. It's a nice pull. Look at that. That's just a laser boom. Fuzz makes no mistake with it. Goes to Morty. They've got their experience line on now in the handling stage.
Good movement
Joey.
right now. Yeah, very good.
That's it. Everyone ready.
Mifflin with it.
Oh, no.
That one goes to ground. It was the right idea. Morton just couldn't quite get it off of bootlaces. Boglari, a nice little pass there to Jared.
And he's called the timeout. That's very
called
smart.
That is clever. That is experience. So they will start in that position, and that's not. I don't think Mad Panda would have wanted that actually.
No, I don't think they were very happy about it. But in saying that, it's a very smart play to call there.
Very tactical.
They're in the good attack position, and there's only about 6 minutes left or so. It'd be very hard for Mad Panda to stop this score.
Well, they won't want to cough up another point now, or otherwise you can say game over after a really good game of ultimate Frisbee. It's a grand final we wanted though.
Exactly, no. Very, very, very good game so far.
And this is where the experience comes to the forefront for both sides really. Because Mad Panda know that if they can put that defensive pressure they had, particularly in the first half, on JusDisc, they can force that throw that doesn't really go to anywhere in particular, and they could get a go with the disc in hand themselves, and they've got a few minutes to try and work it down the end. However, let JusDisc League in, and it becomes a near impossible task to come back from that. Even though they're capable of scoring quickly, it takes perfect Frisbee to come back from 2-0 down, or 2 down, basically, in the dying minutes of the game.
Everything has to go right for that.
Exactly.
Which, in this game, it could very well happen.
Well, yeah, Mad Panda, just one more point, universal point. I still feel like that could be on the cards.
Yeah.
Pretty good turnout, Joey. Quite a few people around, and good to see both teams from the Div 2 Grand Final stick around and watch this one.
Great turnout today.
And whoever watches this, it'll be a little bit after today. But if you're watching this at any given point, I hope you're enjoying it at home or at work during your break, or, well, if you're a passenger in a car, hopefully then, not as a driver. Okay, timeout is pretty well done for Jared Linder, who's been an absolute force in this game again, Joey.
Very good.
The first half was Morty's, the second half I think is Jared's in terms of handling. And ironically enough, Morty on the mark. He's hard to see around. Morty can make it really hard to throw around him. Just his range, his wingspan.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. Wingspan, got very long arms, and he uses his legs as well to try and block the
He can foot block, yeah, I've seen him do that before. Okay, what happens here? How does this play out? Oh, it's a good one. Boglari in a good position again.
For Linda.
Oh, good block.
Good block.
Well, Fuzzy was just there. She threw it right into his chest cavity then.
It seems like Justice have gone for an isolation play in that one. That score.
Trying that. Mad Panda have got to be good with it. Don't cough it up here.
Morty's throwing long. Kira.
Oh, surely. Is it?
Oh my god.
Oh, is she okay? That does not look good. Okay, so play set to resume.
Now, they can add overtime for injury. I just don't know if they know that. So if they call it, they call it. If they don't, I guess they don't.
Well, certainly do wish Kira Morton all of this. Hope it's nothing too serious and a speedy recovery.
So foul called, uncontested by the looks.
Yeah.
You broke out one rule.
Looks like play will resume. They did call a foul, so I guess they will go for the overtime.
Yeah.
No siren's gone yet.
I believe that's what they're talking about right now.
Yeah.
Overtime, which might be
I think that's
3 to 4 minutes, maybe 5 minutes. They might just even it out to an even number.
Yeah, I think that's a good. I think that's a way to go, to be honest. Because Mad Panda did have the disc there as that was thrown, so. It's one of those accidental things that can happen really in any sport.
Oh, exactly.
No malice, nothing deliberate about that. It's just two players going for the disc, and unfortunately when you share the same flight path, that can certainly happen. So certainly wish Kira Morton all the very best there. It's nothing too serious, and for a speedy recovery. Couldn't really tell exactly what happened. It looked like her head hit the ground as she went down, but yeah. So an injury sub obviously has been made.
No, I just
Once Jared or whoever's on the mark touches the disc, feel the play.
I mean, I can get more.
So that's exactly right. Well, there's a siren now.
You get to go back up there.
So, George, you touch it, the disc is this.
Oh.
And that might be. Have they gone for overtime? Is that it?
I believe they have.
There was a siren.
I think it's 2 minutes overtime.
Okay, that's good. Okay. So chance for both sides really, but they don't want to cough one up here. This is do or die now for Mad Panda in defence.
All right, he's gone long.
Yeah, I sort of thought he was.
Josh.
Oh, Bradbury's in a good position.
And he's got it.
That'll be the grand final. That will be it, I'm sure. Well, there was only one way he was going, and that is an end to a grand final of epic proportions. 2024 Div 1 Spring League Ultimate League Grand Final. And that was a ripping game, Joey.
Nah, great game, really good game. Had a bit of everything in it. Nah.
Absolutely. And what does that make it? 6-5? Or 7-5?
5-7.
5-7. That was a ripping grand final, ladies and gentlemen. We will go to the Spirit Circle and we will have a couple of interviews after this as well. So hope you enjoyed the action. Stick around for a lot more. Grand final sprints are coming up as well, so stay tuned for that. Just here in the Spirit Circle of Mad Panda and JusDisc League.
Alright, JusDisc League. Phenomenal season, obviously you guys year in, year out come to play. Is nearly second to none. The plays you make, unfortunately we link up so well, and you just turn up every week. It's why you just went through undefeated, yeah. Like, what a season. Yeah, can't take that off enough to you guys, and yeah, you guys are awesome people. Not the best, not ideal way to finish with injury and stuff, but Mad Panda, proud of you guys as well, the season we've had. Yeah, love turning up each week to play with you guys, and to get to today was awesome. But yeah, can't take it away from you guys, JusDisc League. You played phenomenally well. We got yours early, but you guys never give up and you just fall back and pegged it. So congratulations. Mad Panda, 3 massive cheers for JusDisc League. Hip, hooray! Hip, hooray! Hooray! Hip!
Yeah, Mad Panda, thank you. That was another classic. Again, condolences and best wishes to Kira. That was genuine. Hopefully just a couple of years, and hopefully that's all, because they are very uncomfortable to speak to. The game, won't finish it as well enough. But yeah, you guys are an incredible group of people, incredible Frisbee players. Really set yourselves to play against us today, and really tested us. And 3 love up, we sort of looked at each other in the eye and went, well, what do we do now? Yeah, but huge game, incredible game. And looking forward to a couple of years going on. So thank you very much. Well done, JusDisc League. Sort of poked along. We did have a good season in the end. Lots of work. And I suppose with these 2 same groups, we're 1 all now. After you guys seeing us last year. So incredible, really positive, healthy rivalry that we've built. We're really grateful for it. So JusDisc League, 3 big cheers for Panda.
That is the Div 1 2024 Grand Final Spirit Circle there. Victorious are JusDisc League. Commiserations to Mad Panda, who were fantastic on the day as well. The Grand Final, well, apart from the end that we were hoping for, injury aside, definitely don't hope for that. But that is a fantastic way to finish the 2024 Spring League here in Albury, Wodonga. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you're at home and you want to get a part of this action, absolutely check out Albury Wodonga Ultimate Frisbee on Facebook and get in contact with the crew. It is a fantastic sport. Anyone can play. It's a really good time. Anytime you play, it doesn't matter the scoreline. We've got 5-7 there. Might actually get to the man of the moment who did score essentially the winning score. Josh, that was one of the hardest fought grand finals in recent times. How are you feeling after that one?
Oh, ecstatic. I've been waiting 12 months for this because they beat us last year. So yeah, just the guys just played out their hearts out after those first 3 points. Just love them dearly. Just all banded together and got the win. So. Love it.
Now, I was probably saying that it's not, it is fun to play in grand finals like that, I guess, but it's probably a little nerve-wracking, but definitely a good spectacle. Mad Panda really threw everything they had at you, and yeah, that 3-0 start they had, it was looking a bit What was the mindset change when that 3-0 margin happened early in that first half?
Yeah, we're just rushing a little bit, so we just settled it down. Took us a little while to calm our nerves. They come out firing. They're playing excellent. Not much we could do, but we just had to calm it down and play our own game, which we were able to in the end.
Yeah, absolutely, and the conditions obviously made it a little bit tough. That wind was really bobbling the disc around, moving it in ways we haven't really seen too often. Was it just going back to basics, especially after that frenetic sort of 5 minutes before the timeout in the first half? Was it getting back to basics that won you that one?
Yeah, it certainly was. Yeah, the wind's the hardest thing I find in Frisbee. It can rain, but yeah, when it's windy, it's very hard. So yeah, get back to basics, trusting each other, and first pass. So we're holding back a little bit. So just the first pass, yeah, we just took it, and it worked out.
Awesome. Well, congratulations. A well-earned grand final. Fellow Sainter as well, which is awesome. Well-earned win there. Well-deserved. Congratulations, mate. Well done. Okay, I'll just wander around here. Who else can we get hold of? Might actually go to the other Palmer here. Might actually go to Reese Palmer over here if we can. Yeah, you don't escape it. So Reese Palmer, fantastic grand final there. 3-0 down early in the first half. Mindset change, and you came back really nicely. How'd you see that one?
Yes. Look, I don't know. It was tough from the get-go, wasn't it? We all just held together and pushed through. We've been training all year and just did what we do. Yeah, it was good to see, really. Team into it.
Awesome. And as the game went on, you got yourself into it there and became a bit of a factor there, especially in the second half. How was it with those conditions out there, particularly for one that probably does like to go to the end zone a bit?
Yeah.
Because that's where it seemed to do the most bobbling. How was it sort of trying to control that disc in the end zones?
Oh, look, it was just tough all the way around. We just trust each other. The thing about this team is they're good everywhere, so we just move around, shake it up, and that's just how we work. So conditions were hotter. It was tough to keep going through that, but yeah, no, it was good.
That was an awesome grand final, mate. Congratulations, well done.
Thank you very much.
Well done. Let's see who else. Actually, I might go to Liv Kennedy here. G'day, Liv. Sorry, I got you sitting down.
It's okay.
Liv played a fantastic game, very influential in a few of those points, getting on the end of one or two yourself. How did you see that grand final personally?
Yeah, unreal. First grand final of Spring League. Yeah, it's been awesome to watch JusDisc's performance throughout the year and coming in as a new player, the support around it. So I was pretty nervous beforehand, but it's always so good knowing like once you get out there are not only 6 on the field, but like so many on the bench that just have your back. So we did real well as a team. Yeah, it was awesome.
Absolutely, good team effort. 3-0 down, I spoke about a bit of a mindset change with Josh and a couple of the others. That 3-0 down, did you always have that belief you could come back and make a game of that?
100%. When we got when it was the 3rd point, a little part of me was like, we're going to have to work pretty hard. But I think something I've noticed, our team is like real close in terms of also like friends. Like we get around each other so much. So I think that getting around each other and pulling ourselves out of the kind of like the bit of the low was easily going to be the reason between us coming back. And we just, put our shoulders around, arms around each other and just absolutely loved it. So yeah, it was awesome.
Well, congratulations. I think they're doing a bit of a photo. Congratulations.
Thanks, I really appreciate it.
Enjoy. Might go to Will here. Will, look, congratulations on the season, mate. Commiserations for today, but really well played. How did you see that game there today? It's always going to be a tight one, I think.
Bloody oath. We prepped ourselves for it. They're undefeated, so we knew we were in for a fight. We were stoked with how we started, jumped out of the gun, and then just they're a fit team. They stuck with it the whole day and took the cake. So it definitely hurts, but from where we were and potentially missing out on Div 1 altogether, we're stoked to have made the grand final, and we're a team. We'll be back next year.
Yep, absolutely. Always in the thick of it, no stranger to grand finals. Those conditions were pretty tough.
Yeah.
Getting that 3-0 lead was pretty tight, but then there was that frenetic sort of, I guess before that time out in the first half, there was a lot of throws. There was chaos for a little while there. Was it just for you experienced guys to just try and settle things down a little bit after that time out?
Yeah, for sure. I guess the conditions got a little bit better of us, and it was a battle of turnovers for a period there, and they just capitalised, and we sort of dropped off for a bit, and we just couldn't peg it back in the end. So
absolutely. Well, again, congratulations on a fantastic season. Having to come back from how the season started, you can be well proud of your efforts today. It was a cracking grand final. It could have gone either way.
Cheers, mate.
That's Will Nichols there, amazing handler. Wonder who else we can get hold of. We'll actually go to Shani here. Right, Shani, so in the thick of it, particularly early, getting the first point of the Div 1 Grand Final. How did you feel out there in tricky conditions today?
It was alright, I guess. I just did my best. I probably played better at the start than at the end, but I don't know, had some fun. It was good.
That's it. Yeah, you can come in there as well.
Season, no boots.
Yeah. No boots. Okay.
Yeah.
Gee,
Next season I'll get boots.
That's a great effort, actually. I didn't notice you slipping over too much. Have you enjoyed this season, and particularly coming back from maybe a couple of early losses? Did you always have that belief in coming in, going, okay, we know we can get to the grand final? Did you always have that belief?
I think, yeah, I love these guys. They are just awesome and they just pull it out of nowhere. So, yeah, as long as I'm with them, we've always got a chance. Yeah.
Absolutely. Well, you played a really good game. Congratulations on the season.
Thank you.
And might find one more here. Mate, congratulations on the season. You can be on the screen if you want. Congratulations. You yourself played fantastically out there today in tough conditions. Congrats on the season. How did you find the grand final today? A really tight one.
Yeah, it was very tight. It was very tough. Obviously playing them last year, it was, we knew it was going to be a good contest, and they were undefeated. I think Fuzzy prepared us for a tough game, but yeah, end of the day we had fun. It was a really good game of Frisbee.
Yep, absolutely. And from the early start of the season, was a belief there, once you started clawing your way back up the ladder a little bit after a bit of an indifferent start, did that belief transpire to making the grand final?
Certainly did. One of our guys actually referenced the Western Bulldogs in the AFL a few years ago when they won the premiership from towards the bottom of the top
from
8.
Seventh, yeah.
Yeah, so we were kind of just like, and we went into the first week of finals with nothing to lose. It was, we scraped in, we probably weren't meant to be there, and then managed to make it to the grand final, so the belief was there, and then went in today, I think we got up 3-0 at some stage, and unfortunately they just ran over the top of us, but the belief was definitely there.
Yeah, pretty frenetic game at times, especially before that time out in the first half.
It certainly was.
How was it? Was it just a matter of getting particularly experienced players just to say, hey, let's slow things down, let's start playing the Frisbee back in our way?
We just said, let's slow it down. Fuzzy and Will said that we know guys are tired, we're going to try and end the point because we're tired, but we just need to slow it down and take time with this.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, congratulations.
Thanks, mate.
Played a great game. Congrats on the seasons. Commiserations for today.
Thanks, mate.
This is the finish line, ladies and gentlemen. This is a grand final sprint you want to set your watch to. Forget any other grand final sprint that might happen at any other particular sporting events. We're going to see some speed. We're going to see some interesting running styles. I think this one's going to be pretty competitive. Here they go, down the straight now. Looks like Beth in the lead. Oh, Commino's close behind her. This is a good race, but Beth Powell takes it. Oh, no, it's Kennedy. That's Liv Kennedy. Sorry, Beth, I gave you the rap there. Beth's so quick that she ran and then was able to spectate it. Nah, Liv Kennedy, very good. Played a really good grand final. Mustn't have run hard enough because won the sprint by a comfortable leg there. That was a really good effort. This is where we could see some really zany, outrageous running styles as well. And this is what we want to see, as well as the absolute speed and athleticism. I want both, I'm not greedy. All good. Gee, everyone's got their phones out for this one. So some good speed there coming through down the end. Gee, everyone's sort of taking this pretty seriously. Oh, that's a good run there. Gee whiz, that went pretty quick. Well, that was downright competitive. Usually we see people crawling and backwards crawling, but everyone was quite into that one quite seriously.